I'm Anastasia Chatzka. I'm a fashion designer, pattern maker, and sewing educator, and I'm so happy you're here sewing along with me today. Have you been wondering what the 7-hole cording foot is or how you use it? Or, yeah, I've got it, but I'm not feeling very inspired to use it. Well, today I'm going to show you how to use it, hopefully inspire you to use it, and show you how cool it really is. The 7-hole cording foot is going to open up your sewing world and inspire you. You can get a 7-hole cording foot for any sewing machine. You don't need a special sewing machine. You don't just have to have a Viking sewing machine. It can be any sewing machine. So it's going to look something like this. And today I'm going to be using it to hem a dress. That's right, we're gonna use the cording foot to also hem a dress. It's like a 2-in-1. We get a beautiful decorative stitch and we get to hem our dress all at the same time. It's a win-win. So I went ahead and I tested out the cording foot and did a bunch of different designs to find exactly the one I want to use on this dress to hem it. And there are so many options, and this all depends on how many decorative stitches you have on your sewing machine, or you could just use a zigzag stitch for this as well. So I went ahead and tested out all these different options and came up with the one I like the most. I just love how this stitch right here turned out. So this is the one I'm going to be putting around the hem of my dress. But look at how cool all these different stitches are. They all look so different. This is such a fun technique. Now we need to set up the foot and the machine to create this beautiful decorative stitch with the cording. So I have a 7-hole cording foot. Sometimes you can get one that's 3 or 5 or 2, or they come in all different numbers. And you don't have to use all the holes. So I'm actually going to be putting decorative thread in 3 of the holes today. Even though there's 7 holes, you can do as many or as little as you want. So again, I'm going to be doing 3 decorative threads. So I'm going to be doing these 2 yellow, and then I'm going to do this green one in the middle. And then I'm going to be decorative stitching on top of it with a metallic thread. So this is so fun because we get to use all the really cool fun threads that we can't use when we're sewing seams. Also, if your foot didn't come with a needle threader, make sure you grab one, because sometimes getting these thick decorative threads through the little holes in this foot can be super tricky. So make sure you grab a needle threader. And now let's put those decorative threads through the holes in this foot. Now that we have everything ready to start threading this foot, the first thing we want to do is put some thread conditioner on the ends of your thread. So this is a great little tip / hack. So sometimes these decorative threads get really loose and they want to fall apart. Just take it and put it on top of your thread conditioner and run it through it, and it's going to help it stay together. Sometimes you need to run it through a few times. Okay, now that those are all set, what we want to do is take our needle threader, put it through the bottom of the foot up to the top, whatever hole you want to put your decorative thread in. And then you're going to take the end of your decorative thread and you're going to put it through the eye of the threader and pull it through. And then just pull it to the back and you're all set. So now we're going to do that a few more times. So many threads to deal with here. Okay, so bottom up. I'm going to put my other gold thread in. We're going to pull it to the back, and now that gold thread's in there, and now I have a green one to put in. So now we're going to take the needle threader one more time. I'm going to put it in the middle here. I'm going to get my green thread and put it right through the eye of the needle threader. So tricky to see, I know. Okay, we got it in there. Now let's pull it through to the back. Oh, we only got half of it. Okay, that'll happen sometimes. Let's redo it. Okay, now we can pull it through to the back. And now you can see we have all 3 threads in the foot. Once you clip your foot on, you're gonna have these extra tails of thread hanging out of the back of the foot. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you subscribe to Sew Anastasia so you can check out all the other awesome sewing content. And if you're already a follower, thank you so much for watching today. And you guys, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out every single week. Okay, now back to using that 7-hole cording foot. Now that we have the foot all set up and attached to the machine, let's go ahead and select our stitch and hem this dress. It's gonna be so beautiful. So I have my decorative stitch selected and it's on the screen of my sewing machine. So however you get to your decorative stitches, go ahead and select a decorative stitch of your choice. And we have Kitten, she's gonna help us out here. What's she doing? Hi! You being funny? You say hi to everyone? The front of your foot, when it's set up, should look something like this, with your decorative threads coming out of the front of it. Also, don't forget to fold up the hem of your dress an inch to the inside, or pants or blouse or whatever it is you're creating. Just make sure you have that 1-inch hem up here, so that way it has something extra sturdy and stable when we're stitching through, because this is going to be a lot of pressure on your fabric with all of the decorative stitches and all of these threads. However, when we create this stitch, we want to do it from the right side of the garment because we want to see our beautiful cord on the front of our garment. So I have it lined up where I would like my decorative stitch. So you can put it closer to the edge, you can put it further away from the edge. This is totally up to you and your preference. So now that you have it nice and lined up, make sure all of your threads are to the back, or should I say all of your decorative cordings to the back. And then the top thread, make sure that it's in the slit of the foot to the back, how it normally would be before you start sewing. Now that I have everything positioned, I am ready to start doing this. Now, a great feature I love about this sewing machine is that I can just hit the play button on the front of it, but if you don't have that, just go ahead and start stitching. And you'll notice that these stitches, they're gonna go over this beautiful decorative cord. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm letting the foot go back and forth if it needs to for the decorative stitch. I'm just holding these cords here out of the way and just keeping them nice and flat so that way they don't get tangled up at all. So it's going great. It is looking beautiful. I don't know if you can see it back here. Take a look at that. It is looking beautiful. I am loving how this is turning out. This is gonna take a while, so sit back, relax, and watch this beautiful process happen while we use the 7-hole cording foot and our decorative stitch. Okay, so we are getting close to the end to where we started. So we are just gonna stitch directly up to that decorative stitch, and we want it to overlap by just like 2 or 3 stitches, and then we're gonna use the fix button. If you don't have a fix button on your machine, just go ahead and do a few back stitches. So I've overlapped a few, I'm gonna fix, and now I can cut. And now let's take a look at it. But these extra threads here, you can just go ahead and cut those too. You can just cut them flush to your fabric. The hem of this dress is so beautiful. I love this luxe detail at the hem, and it was a 2-for-1. We hemmed it and we added this beautiful trim to the bottom. I just love it so much. Next time I hem something, I'm definitely going to consider adding this beautiful corded bottom with a decorative stitch. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, learning about how to use the cording foot, the 7-hole one particularly, but don't forget, you don't have to use all 7 holes. We just used 3 today, and it turned out beautifully. One of the cool things about this dress is that I designed the fabric, and then I designed the sewing pattern, and then I added this beautiful custom detail to the bottom of it. So this dress is truly one of a kind. So creating your own garments and making a custom wardrobe is so rewarding because no one else is going to look like you. Thanks so much for watching Sewing Anastasia today. I hope you enjoyed learning all about the 7-hole cording foot. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will get back with you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, give it some applause, and leave a comment down below. What do you think of this foot? And do you have it for your sewing machine? And how do you like to use this foot? I would love to know your creative ideas for using this foot. Also, if you're not a subscriber to Sewing Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching and following along. And speaking of following along, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok and all those other social media websites, so that way we can stay creative and connected and inspired together. And speaking of together, don't forget to send me pictures of your latest creations because I would love to share them with everyone else. So make sure you tag Sewing Anastasia so that way I get them and I can repost them. Also, I teach sewing classes in my design studio here in Chicago, Illinois. So take a class in person or virtually. Check out all the information at sewinganastasia.com. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.